If you've ever woken up with your heart pounding like you just ran up 5 flights of stairs, even though you just slept all night, that could be the last warning sign before your heart gives out for good. In America, heart disease remains the leading cause of death after the age of 65. And the sad part is, many people only discover they have a heart problem after they've left their jobs, right when they're thinking, now I can finally rest. But did you know, retirement shouldn't be the finish line for your health. It should be a fresh start for a stronger, healthier, and steadier heart. Because a tired heart doesn't just make you weaker, it also steals your sleep, your energy, and even precious moments with loved ones. So before you close your laptop for the very last time, there are 5 things you absolutely must do to protect your heart. They aren't complicated, they don't take much time, but they're enough to help you walk into retirement with a heart that beats steady and strong. If you've ever lost sleep worrying about your health, if you've ever felt your heart race from even a mild chest pain, then you'll want to stick around for this. And if you know someone who's about to retire, feel free to share this with them. Who knows? You might just save a life. All right, let's dive in. First up, get a comprehensive blood pressure and cholesterol screening. A 68-year-old man collapsed from a stroke at his dinner table. He'd never once checked his blood pressure after retiring. Don't let your heart become a game of chance. Retirement isn't a time for complete rest. It's when the bill comes due for years of living fast, eating on the run, and ignoring your heart's silent warnings. Among them, 2 invisible killers that need to be checked before leaving the work grind are blood pressure and cholesterol numbers that seem familiar but are so easily overlooked. According to the American Heart Association, AHA, nearly 50% of adults over 60 have high blood pressure without knowing it. This condition persists silently for years without clear symptoms until a stroke, heart attack, or heart failure occurs. Similarly, high bad cholesterol, LDL, is the leading cause of atherosclerosis. Yet most older adults don't get checked regularly unless reminded by their doctor. Robert, a 67-year-old in Illinois, was preparing to retire after more than 40 years as an engineer. He felt healthy with no unusual symptoms, but his wife advised him to get a full checkup before his company health insurance ended. The results showed his blood pressure was a high 160/95, and his LDL cholesterol was at a dangerous level. Thanks to early detection, he adjusted his diet, took medication as prescribed, and started walking every morning. Today, his health is stable, and he enjoys retirement with peace of mind. Getting checked is simple. Measure your blood pressure at home or a clinic and get a blood test that covers your total cholesterol, LDL, HDL, and triglycerides. You should do this at least every 6 to 12 months, even if you feel perfectly normal. Don't wait until your heart cries out with chest pain or a stroke. Be proactive and get screened first to know where your body stands and what needs adjusting. A small decision today can prevent a major disaster tomorrow. Retirement is for living lightly, living joyfully, but your heart can't be at ease if you don't know exactly how it's performing. So before you say goodbye to your job, listen to your heartbeat seriously. It is the first and most important gift you can give yourself on the journey to a healthy retirement. Knowing your cardiovascular health is the first step to protecting your body, but for those numbers to truly improve and stabilize long-term, you need to build small daily habits. A 65-year-old man had a stroke at home just 3 months after retiring. The cause wasn't an underlying condition, but simply because he sat too much. If you retire without a daily walking habit, your heart is likely being neglected. When you leave the daily grind, the biggest change isn't just the free time, it's that your body starts moving less. No more walking between meetings to the parking lot or rushing out the door each morning. Many retirees fall into a state of sitting more, moving less, causing the heart to weaken, circulation to slow, and the risk of heart disease to increase after just a few months. According to the National Institute on Aging, AOC&E, walking just 30 minutes a day, at least 5 days a week, can reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease by up to 35% in people aged 60 and over. Regular walking not only improves heart rate, blood pressure, and cholesterol, but also helps control weight, reduce stress, and increase endurance for a body that's gradually slowing with age. Margaret, a 70-year-old in Oregon, retired after 32 years as a teacher. The first few weeks, she loved not having to wake up early, but soon she felt tired, slept poorly, and got short of breath climbing a few stairs. Her doctor advised her to start walking 20 minutes each morning, slowly increasing to 30 minutes in a nearby park. After 3 months, her sleep improved, her spirits lifted, and her heart health markers returned to stable levels. You don't need special equipment or a gym, just a pair of comfortable shoes, a quiet path, and a bit of consistency. You can start with a few minutes a day, walking around the yard, inside, or around the neighborhood. Even breaking it into 2-3 short walks throughout the day brings noticeable benefits. Walking is a safe, gentle, yet incredibly powerful exercise for the heart, especially for those about to or newly retired. It not only keeps your heart healthy, but also provides a routine, a feeling of being alive and active, instead of letting time just slip by in silence. So before discussing travel plans or redecorating the house after retirement, make sure you've adopted one simple but crucial habit: a daily walk, because your heart will thank you for every step, for every healthy beat you preserve with your own initiative. Once the habit of daily walking has helped your heart grow stronger, the next essential step is to adjust the way you eat. One burger might not kill you today, but if you keep eating like you did when you were working, then your first heart attack after 70 could be your last. Retirement is a time when you have the space to live slowly, cook with care, and savor every meal. But if you maintain the habit of eating salty, fatty, low-vegetable foods, then even though you've stopped working, your heart is still overworking every day. And the danger is these effects aren't immediate, but they build up with every meal, every spoonful of salt, every piece of fatty meat, until one day your heart just can't take it anymore. According to the American Heart Association, AHA, a diet rich in green vegetables, whole grains, fatty fish, and healthy fats like olive oil, avocados, nuts, can reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease in older adults by up to 30%. Conversely, eating a lot of red meat, saturated fats, and refined sugar is the fastest path to high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and atherosclerosis. Helen, a 72-year-old in Michigan, used to think she ate like any other American. After retiring, she often felt tired after meals, bloated, and had occasional mild chest tightness. A checkup revealed her cholesterol was at a dangerous level. She started replacing bacon with a salmon, used less salt in her cooking, and used vegetable oil instead of butter. 3 months later, tests showed her cholesterol levels had dropped significantly, and she felt lighter and healthier every day. Building a heart-healthy menu doesn't mean you have to be overly restrictive or eat bland food. Just make small changes. Choose fresh fruit instead of cake. Use natural spice instead of salty seasonings. Eat fish 2 to 3 times a week instead of red meat daily. And especially eat slowly to let your body register fullness, helping your heart and digestive system avoid overload. Retirement is a chance to reset many things, and your daily meal is the easiest place to start. A plate full of vegetables, a few slices of grilled fish, and a cool glass of water. Sometimes that's the best heart disease prevention medicine you can prescribe for yourself. So before you enjoy the leisurely days of retirement, take a look at your refrigerator and your kitchen. Because your cardiovascular health in the years to come starts with what you put on your plate today. If you're finding this helpful so far, do me a favor and drop a yes in the comments below. And hey, if you haven't already, consider subscribing and ringing that bell so you won't miss what's next. Your support truly helps us keep making content like this. A healthy diet can reduce the burden on your heart, but if you still smoke or drink regularly, all that effort with diet and exercise might go to waste. If you're still smoking after 60, your heart is on a countdown, and you won't get a warning before the final beat. Many people enter retirement with the mindset, now I can live as I please. But if that includes continuing to smoke and drink regularly, your heart will be the first to bear the consequences. Because after 60, the body's ability to recover isn't what it used to be, and every puff of smoke, every extra drink, pushes your heart closer to a major event. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, smoking is a direct cause of 1 in every 4 deaths from heart disease in older adults. Meanwhile, excessive drinking, especially more than 1 drink per day for women and 2 for men, raises blood pressure, causes irregular heartbeats, and damages the heart muscle over time. Thomas, a 68-year-old in Colorado, had smoked since he was 18 and regularly drank beer in the evenings to relax after work. When he retired, he continued this habit until he had sudden chest pain while on a walk. The doctor said his heart was mildly weakened, and if he didn't stop immediately, a heart attack within a few years would be hard to avoid. From then on, he was determined to quit, switched to herbal tea, practiced breathing, and walked every afternoon. The result was that after just 6 months, his blood pressure and heart rate stabilized. His breathing became easier, and he was less irritable. Quitting smoking and cutting back on alcohol isn't easy, but it's necessary if you truly want to live healthily in retirement. You can start by gradually tapering off. Smoke 1 less each week, choose alcohol-free days, replace beer with juice or soda. At the same time, find a replacement activity, like walking, music, or writing, so you don't feel that void from the old habit. Don't let your heart work overtime while you're retired. Give it a chance to rest, to breathe smoke-free air, to beat with clarity, no longer controlled by alcohol. Because a retirement worth living isn't just about having time, it's about having a body healthy enough to enjoy every single day. And that begins when you put down the cigarette and pass on that extra drink, so your heart can finally rest along with you. Quitting smoking and reducing alcohol are key to protecting your heart, but to maintain long-term stability, you must learn to care for your nervous system, the part of you that silently bears all of life's pressures. You think retirement means you've escaped stress. The truth is, if you suffer from chronic insomnia after 65, your heart is living in a prolonged state of panic, and the price could be a morning you simply never wake up from. Many people look forward to retirement to escape stress, but the reality is often the opposite. When work is gone, routines are disrupted, and worries about health, finances, or loneliness surface, stress and sleep disorders can flare up, silently damaging your cardiovascular system day by day. According to the American Heart Association, AHA, chronic stress increases the hormone cortisol, causing blood vessels to constrict, raising blood pressure, triggering heart rhythm problems, and promoting atherosclerosis. At the same time, not getting enough sleep, less than 6 hours a night, increases the risk of heart attack, stroke, and heart failure by 20 to 30%. This means if you don't learn how to relax and sleep properly, your heart never gets time to recover, even if your schedule is wide open. Daniel, a 71-year-old in Minnesota, thought retirement would bring peace. But after a few months, he was irritable, sleepless, and felt his heart racing at odd times. His doctor suggested a meditation class, limiting negative news, and setting a firm sleep schedule. Bed at 10 p.m., no electronics after 9. After 8 weeks, he was sleeping deeper, his blood pressure dropped, and he felt truly relaxed for the first time in years. The solution isn't sleeping pills or forcing yourself to be happy. What you need is to build a gentle but consistent rhythm. Walk in the morning. Take 5 minutes for deep breathing. Listen to calming music. Write down what you're grateful for. And most importantly, keep a fixed bedtime. Avoid caffeine after 2 p.m. Turn off the lights early and create a truly quiet sleep space. Remember, your heart doesn't need you to be strong. It just needs you to rest. And if you truly want to live a long, healthy life in retirement, give your heart an environment with less stress, more sleep, and genuine peace. Because a heart that gets to unwind every day is the gift you give yourself on the journey to a tranquil life after years of nonstop work. You don't need to do all 5 things at once. Just start with one and let your heart thank you with a good night's sleep tonight. Sounds simple, doesn't it? But it's these seemingly small things that are the strongest shield protecting your heart from sudden strokes, from those skipped beats in the middle of the night, or those long, weary days with no clear cause. You can't wait until your health is already failing to start scrambling for a solution, because by then your heart won't have the patience to wait for you to start. Retirement should be the most peaceful time of your life, a time when you can slowly sip tea, take your grandchildren for a walk, watch the sunset without feeling your own heart race with fear. And you deserve days like that. You truly deserve them. If this video made you stop and think about your own health for even a moment, then it's done its job. Share it with your spouse, with an old friend who is about to retire, or simply save it as a reminder to start today. Taking care of your heart isn't about living forever. It's about making every day you have left truly count. Here's to a peaceful retirement and a strong, steady heartbeat.